Firstly, you need a layer. It's always the way in Affinity. A layer needs to be created via the Layers panel. Just go over here and click Pixel Layer down there. And this can be done in Pixel, Vector, Layout, all those ones. Perfectly reasonable to do it in any studio. Once you've got this, you can then fill it with a gradient. And I'm just going to go over here and use the Fill tool. So Fill tool and click and just drag. Just create any gradient. Now, I want a more colourful design than that. So next thing to do, go to your swatches panel. And you can find that in Window, General, and you can see you've got layers and swatches there. Just go to gradients. So in gradients, just select one of the gradients you've got. Now, you probably haven't got as many gradients as this. These were created using a script, but I'm just going to select one. Please check out my earlier video on how you can create literally millions and millions of super colourful gradients. It uses Claude. I've also got a video on how to use Claude and set it up as well. Something like that. Very colourful design. Now, for this purpose, the best way to create the gradient is actually go up here and just drag it down. Hold down the Shift key and then you'll get it going dragged across. And I want to just drag that bit more over there. So I've got this green and I'm just going to drag it a bit there because I want green there. I want the different colours because the next step is this one, which is Pixel, and go to Filters and down here to Distort and Pixelate. So Pixelate, and with this you've got this option here for quantization and you can set it to anything you want. I'm just going to go with something to get something like that, maybe about there. Yes, I've got some lovely solid greens, I've got some purples, all the colours that were in the original gradient, but now they've been created in a set of lines, that solid lines. Now, of course, you could create a similar sort of thing just by selecting a shape with different colours. That's another option, of course. Then click Apply. Now, I could create another layer and do exactly the same, but maybe with a different gradient. So you could get a different range of colours. But I'm not. All I'm going to do is right-click and duplicate. So I'm duplicating that layer and I'm just going to rotate it. So go to the Move tool and then just rotate it. Let's just drag it down and rotate. I've got this layer. Now I can go over here and blend modes. So just go to the blend modes for this top layer and go through it, maybe darken, multiply. And you can see as you run through, you get a whole range of different colour options there, some better than others. Now, personally, I think that one's quite a decent one, but linear burn, just try them. Which one do you prefer? Well, let's go with one anyway. Lighten. So once you've got that, you can then select both. So hold down the Shift and both selected, right click again, and then go down to Merge Selected. So that merges the two layers into a single layer. Now, most of the time, it does seem to create something that looks like what you've got on screen. Doesn't always work, doesn't always do it. Sometimes it seems to suddenly shift it a bit, but hopefully with this one, it will create something exactly the same. If you can't, use the Merge Visible instead, and that will create a new layer. I've gone for a Merge Selected approach, but you could use Merge Visible. It does mean at any point you can always go back and modify the blending between the two layers. And of course, I've gone with 2 layers, but you could use 3 layers, 4 layers, 5 layers, all filled with different colours, all in a similar sort of style. Not only that, you could use various effects such as deform, glitch, to modify them in countless ways and create all kinds of visual effects. And these can be then used for background designs, maybe overlays, and much, much more. Now we've got this, I can now apply what I think is one of the best features of Affinity 3.2. Also, of course, this was also in Affinity Photo as well. Just go to Pixel and just down here to New Live Projection. And you've got this one. I'm not going to say it because I always say equirectangular. I guess that's the way you say it. So select that And now what you see, as soon as you've done that, you can see, you can just move this around, you can move it up and down, and it's like VR. Basically, it's a VR feature within Affinity. And you can move it around like that. Just simply just drag the cursor back and forth until you're really happy with this colourful design. Now, what you can also do is you can move settings here. You can see as you move the head in there, you can see it moves around. You can also modify the pitch. And you can see as you do that, get different results there as well. And also field of view. So there's a few options. You can push that to, say, 90. That's as far as it goes. And you can still continue to move it back and forth using the cursor. There's also another option, center coordinate system. To be honest, I've never actually certain what it does. It doesn't seem to do anything, but still, I'm certain it has some use. What can you do now? Well, just go up here, select the move tool, and now you won't be able to move it around. That's it. You can, if you want, go back and edit it later if you want by going up here to Pixel and just down here to live projection. But there's also another option in the context toolbar. I must admit, I generally don't click that one, but you can. You can click edit live projection. It knows it's a live projection, so edit live projection, and then you can see you can then again shift it around, move it to something like that, and then just again go to the move tool. Well, once you've got that, you can see you've got this lovely curved design, which is slightly different from your basic grid. And of course you can freeze it. You can freeze it, just simply rasterize it. Then it's completely converted just back into a normal pixel layer. I mean, it is a pixel layer, but at any point you can always edit that. But I prefer simply to right click and then just go down here and rasterize. You can then, of course, simply just repeat the process. Use this layer and then again apply exactly the same projection, shift it around, move it around, maybe create pattern designs. All those kinds of things can be done using this approach. You can also add other filter effects, of course, as well, such as glitch, as well as deform, and many others combined with this projection. Hope you found this of interest. Any thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comments below. There's thousands and thousands of videos on Affinity 3.2, as well as the earlier version Affinity Photo as well. Bye.